Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth. Special salutations to the hopefully elect, Ayah Dawadah, the house of David, and to the confusion and faces scattered across the four corners of the globe. It's the brother Rob Shabbat from the Shepherds of Berea Camp. Shalom to the priests and elders as shepherds of Berea as well. Shalom, brother, shalom. So I just wanted to come and do a quick sit down on this concept. Freestyle, I mentioned one time. What do you guys prefer? Right, you pushing P for prosperity or prophecy? Uh, Especially for the times that we're in. What's more important to key in on? Prosperity or prophecy? Right? Is it in prophecy for the nation of Israel to be prosperous? Yes, it is. But that is when the kingdom of heaven is established. Right? That's when we're in our rulership, not when you have Jakes out here, so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, strung out on drugs, gang violence, homosexuals at a high rate. You have all these type of pestilence and diseases that's among our people. Our people have bad eating habits. The respiratory system is all shot and messed up. Our people are smoked out, whether it's drugs, cigarettes, hookah, weed. Right? How can you be prosperous just because 1, 2, 3, 4 or percentage, 15% of the nation is delusionally prosperous? Why? Because the Federal Reserve note that you're using is of no value. It's not a true money. Has no value to it. Right? It's fiat, which means let it be. So you're delusionally prosperous because your enemy said that this Federal Reserve note gives you worth. And then you guys think you're worth because you're able to purchase things with it, pay your bills with it, right? Because this is just the monetary system that we are currently in, which will eventually go digital. Okay? But the key thing that I want to key on is that you shouldn't be focused on being prosperous in Babylon, which Babylon is America, and it's called Babylon because of the confusion that it's the confusion pushes. In fact, let me start out with this precept. Let me get this precept real quick. Let me get in fact, you know what? I'm gonna start at Revelation since we're speaking on prophecy, right? And prosperity. This is Revelations 18:4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Right? And I'm gonna read a little further up so you can know what he's talking about. Revelations 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every uncleanful and hateful bird. So if Babylon, which is America, right, modern day Babylon, which is America, with the confusion, all right, if it's already fallen, it's prophecy that this place is fallen. So why would you seek more for prosperity? Why would you even any teacher or prophet or pastor that's pushing a prosperous way as if this is what the Most High has for you, you know that he's not following the scriptures. Because we know that this place is full. We're actually getting ready to prepare for Jacob's trouble. All right, you got to prepare spiritually first and foremost. All right, because this place is through. It's done. You know, the waters are all polluted. Everything is gonna go digital. Texas just put out a PSA. Get your go bag ready, which ready to hit the go bag. You know, put food and radios and a gun in there. Everybody, this place is through. So, and then your dollar is not worth anything. So why would you want to be focused on prosperity, right? The nation of Israel, we're in a low state. We're in the bottom right now. We have to, our riches is faith. Our riches are wisdom. Our riches is this understanding. So we're not going to be able to strive and thrive through this society, not with our enemies ruling above us. All right. So this is prophecy showing you that Babylon is falling, right? So we got the inside scoop already. Babylon is done. It's falling. Right? I'm gonna jump to Revelation 18 and start with 15. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, right? The merchants, these other nations, they were made rich by her, right? From trading, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Why? Because they lost that business, transactions that they were doing in America, right? Is falling. So how can you call this place prosperous? How could you be on the prosperous uh, um, mindset when these things are clearly showing you that it's falling? Like this dude, Whitehead, right? Go to the video real quick. You know, speaking about the poor. Showing off his chain.
Another thing I want to say, why do we keep thinking that the church is poor, right? Why do we keep thinking that? Everybody think that the church is poor, man. We're not poor. I know my church ain't poor. We got a lot of young people that own houses and own their own companies, and we're not poor. You know what I mean? Everybody's not wealthy, but we're not poor. So everybody, oh, you robbing the church? No, I don't have a poor ministry. Sorry. Y'all keep looking back to tradition where our grandmothers were struggling and our moms were struggling. We're in a new day, y'all. We're in a new day. We are in a new day. A new day. Another thing I want to say, why
See
do
now
we
with that statement, you know, you put into people's mind, you know, which there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. There's nothing wrong with buying nice things. But you know, when you push forth a certain image, you're making it seem like this is the ministry of the Most High to get you prosperous in this world, and people are going to seek the Lord only to benefit from wealth. When that's not the case here, you know, we know you have a church, a nonprofit organization, all right. You know, you have that C3 charter. You know that you're funded, all right, and you are robbing the people of their wages, of their money. You get in tights, and what do? You spend it on your cars, your house, your prayer room, which is your walk-in closet, right? So everything is prosperous for you, but it's not prosperous for those that are struggling. Yeah, in your congregation, you're like, oh, people they're in businesses, they're doing this, but all that is gonna come to naught. All that is gonna crash, because this place was not meant for us. So when people put their spirit and their mind into that type of mindset, not preparing, they're going to easily take the RFID microchip, just like they easily took the jab, because they was like, everything that I work for is wealth, it's good, it's prosperous, it's of value, it's worth for me to inject a whole juice inside of me that I don't even know what it is. I seen a video that the priest shared in the chat. A man, he was lighting light on it, and you could see the juice, Vanessa, glowing inside of him throughout his skin and everything. We don't know what your people put in you, but because you have the illusion and your delusional mindset that this lifestyle or this money is a value to me, I can't lose it no matter what. You guys will compromise your integrity. And this is you the same people. This is how we know we're the Israelites, because you're the same people that did the same thing in Egypt, building the golden calf. All right, thinking about, oh, let's go back to Egypt because we had plenty of victuals. We the same spirits. We're back at Revelation 18 and 15. It says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Verse 16, and saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. See that? All that prosperity it's come to naught in 1 hour. It's done. So why are you seeking these avenues in order to seek the Most High? Why are you pushing forth that image? You know, it says, come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Verse 19, and they cast dust on their head and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. See? 1 hour she's made desolate. So that prosperity doctrine, or that putting all your heart and soul into trying to be the most successful, prosperous person in Babylon is really vanity. Because we know the end game of it. So in your prosperous time in this delusional society should be what? Helping one another, helping a congregation, a group of people that you've been building with and networking with and building up to the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's all that matters. You take it, if you are a helper, you know some camps, and you help the men of the Lord push forth this wisdom, push forth this truth, because that's what's gonna bring this kingdom in. That's what's going to bring the society down, so that we can actually live righteous and live in a wealthy, true wealth society. Because the more we stay here, the more hell we're going to catch, and the more delusional we're going to be of us being robbed and working so hard to get nothing but fiat currency. You're putting all your energy, your time, your talent, entertaining the world, and this man is giving you nothing but fiat crumbs. You're not having no true substance. You're buying up houses here, there. The land is already sold to foreign countries. Now when they come through and wipe you out and tell you, listen, get up, I own this. 10 years ago I bought this, and now we have a project, and then they just kick you out. This man has been playing you. And you have pastors like this whitehead dude that want to push that image and wear the big chains, and dude want to push an image of being a rapper. Right? That's not how a man of the Lord presents himself, especially when your nation is doing bad. All you're doing is stunting and shitting on the homeless, the poor. Sell those chains then and give to the poor. Right? All the kids that's out there strung out on drugs. But you want to push forth that image. Why? Because it's going to draw people to you. Because people that don't know God, don't know the Most High, are going to say, oh, wow, God has given him these things. God has blessed him. And it's a delusion. Right? Let's look up the word prosperity. And I looked it up. What does it say? Prosperity. A state of being prosperous. A long period of prosperity. It says prosperous in Latin, doing well. So you want to be prosperous in this society, or you want to be prosperous in the kingdom? Because you can't be you can't have prosperity in the kingdom without prophecy first. Prophecy is going to destroy this delusion, and then you'll really be prosperous. All right, it says flourishing or thriving condition, good fortune, wealth, success, and anything good or desirable. This place is not desirable. There's nothing good about this place at all. Right, everything about this place is completely off. Right, it says good fortune, prosper. It says prosper, be successful, strive, advance in anything good. And it says the days are evil, so there's nothing good in this society, not for you Israelites. Cause to succeed, render happy, favorable, fortune, prosperous. All right, so you're not supposed to be in the house of this mirth, delusion, but work with your hands, get things done. Nobody's telling you to go outside and be broke and not have businesses or not conduct yourself a certain way in this society. But what you have to understand that is that these things don't mean anything. They're not above the scriptures. They're not above the kingdom. They're not above the true prosperity. So you can't let it get to your mind as if they mean something. The more money you make, the more business you make, and the more fiat currency that's entering your account, you should be even getting more mad for how oppressed you are. Like you piling up all this worthless bunch of nothing that is going to be destroyed by a push of a button. Just change the monetary system. Yes, you can use these things to, and that's why you use them to do what? Your brotherhood, family, all right? Those that are laboring with you in this truth, and then you situate different situations in order to keep the faith, without the flesh feeling like, as the scripture says, "Give me neither poverty nor riches." Right? You want to be well balanced. So yes, you can work and have businesses and take care of yourself, but don't be like these dudes in the world where they're willing to compromise their faith. They're willing to break the law. For instance, for the love of money is the root of all evil. They're willing to go beyond measures just for that. No, if it comes to that RFID, you gotta let that go. That Vanessa, let that go. You gotta be willing to be a pilgrim. And that's what these people don't have. That type of integrity. And that spirit comes from Yahweh Shem Shah, which is also prophecy. Because it says the spirit of the prophets is subject to who? The prophets. Before he formed you in the belly, he says, I knew thee. Those were all prophetic things that happened. And it has happened. Right? Let me get another scripture real quick. This is Slovakia. This is Micah 2. This is Micah 2 and 9. Yeah. Micah 2 and 10. It says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. Right? It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. So this place is polluted. It's going to destroy you. It's not your rest. So you shouldn't be focused on prosperity. Let me get another scripture. I'll show you how it is polluted. Right? This is James 5 and 2. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. You see that? So this place is already polluted. Your prosperity mindset and ways that you want, it's already the riches. They're corrupted already. So why put your soul and spirit into it? Take advantage and use it for the benefit of the brotherhood, for the benefit of helping each other's family. All right. It is moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be the witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days, right? So those riches, they're corrupted, all right? They're corrupted. Let's go into prophecy. That's what matters. One real quick. This is wisdom of, let me get it right here. Precept. Wisdom of Solomon, the 8th chapter, right? Showing you why prosperity, means nothing in this side, on this side. Wisdom of Solomon 8. And Wisdom of Solomon 8 and let me see where it's going. I'll start at 5. It says, if riches be a possession, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? So wisdom, and the books, the seals were open, right? That was prophetic. That was written in the scriptures to happen. That wisdom came down, the comforter came down. That was prophecy. So if you want to desire riches in this world, how much more wisdom, right? Because we do, this ain't the truth. We doing bad. The nation of Israel, you blacks, Latinos, American Negroes, you done. All hell's been getting ready to break loose, right? At this point, if you already know that you're the children of Israel that passed through Egypt, that went through the sea with Moses, and was brought over here on these cargo slave ships, you're done. Stay the hell away from me, because you just a walking missile target that's ready to be destroyed. Everybody knows who the true children of Israel is, right? So at this point, you guys don't want to turn from your wickedness. You want to remain in that delusion. You want to remain in the appetite of the flesh and the mirth, because you guys came up on having nothing, not knowing everything's reincarnated. We had these things. We had better things. We actually we was doing way better. You know. Let's look up this word prophecy, which says, prophecy, the function of a prophet, inspired utterance, prediction of the future events. All right, meaning prophecy, pro, before, phasis, meaning to say. All right, so basically, prophecy, it speaks on, like prophesy, speak divine inspiration, foretell future events. All right, and also you see it says prophet here, person who speaks for the Most High, who foretells, inspired preacher. So this man definitely not no inspired teacher, right? Because he's not foretelling you the things that's to come. He's not telling you the things that's to come. Let me read something to you about what your let me see. This is what they could do with your delusion of prosperity. And this is coming worldwide. This is coming worldwide. 6 days ago, this article dropped. Zero Hedge, it says Australia's central bank working with the BIS to launch digital currency system. right? I'm gonna go straight to the point. I can put this article in the description and you guys can read it, but let's go straight to the point of what they're saying they're gonna do. It says with the evident widespread of the CBDC, the very notion of privacy and trade would utterly disappear from society within a generation. Not only that, but if currencies are tied to a social credit system, which is just like they show you in Black Mirror, social credit system is something that where Esau is trying to create, which China already did it, where you have this credit profile. Anything you do in society, whether you're mad, negative, or you didn't pay a fine, they're going to tag your credit system so people can run your social credit system that, well, this person is deemed to be a bad person in society, like the one used in communist China. Then there is a good chance governments will be able to freeze your accounts or even erase your savings at the push of a button. See that? Without physical cash, there would be no recourse for trade. A person deemed problematic could be locked out the economy on wealth. All right, so you guys can read this article. It's a pretty powerful article. Australia, which is known as the you know central bank of central banks, their goal is to remove physical cash. It says, but the central banks are working diligently to remove physical cash within the next few years. Lord willing, is earlier than that, which I believe it will be. But this is their mindset to remove the cash. See, so all that your prosperity and mindset, all this thing is coming to an end. It's done. Let me get a scripture real quick, Revelations. What you should be pushing. We started off with prophecy, Revelations, about what Babylon's going to be for, right? This is Revelations 19:10. And I fell at the feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See, thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua, who you ignorantly call Jesus, is the spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So we didn't come here, listen, man, it's turned up. This is the kingdom. He said, this is not my kingdom. Yahushua said that, right? So anything you do, be discreet about yourself. Take care of yours. Take care of your family. Make sure you contribute to the elders and to the brotherhood. All right, but don't have the mindset where you think that this is the end all be all and that's a safe haven for you. Like I told you in Makai 2:10, it tells you it's not your rest. It's going to destroy you. Right? So don't follow those people that have that mindset, because they're gonna lose it. They're gonna lose it. They're gonna lose it when all hell break loose. They don't have the mindset, the mental stability to endure certain tribulations because the way they invested their spirit into it. Right? Because you have some individuals that are not rich, that are not prosperous, but they have invested the idea of it so much in their spirit, they won't be able to go through those trials. This is Sirach 39:1. It says, but he that give his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. See? He's going to seek out wisdom. He's going to be occupied in prophecy. And why is that important? When you get Wisdom of Solomon 6:20. Wisdom of Solomon 6:20. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Desire wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, right? Because wisdom, you're going to speak forth the prophecies, and these things is manifesting as the prophets go out and seal the elect, wake up the elect, because this truth is only about the elect. 2/3 of the Most High's people is going to die and burn in that fire. This truth is about waking up the chosen. So we out here for you brothers and you sisters, the 1/3, to wake you up and stir up your mind by way of remembrance, right? You know what? And I ended off with this. First Corinthians 14th chapter. First Corinthians 14 and 1. That says, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may that rather that ye may prophesy. All right? Rather that you prophesy. And that's what it's about, man. You prophesy. Wisdom of Solomon tells you in the 6th chapter, it brings forth a kingdom. And this is what we're here to do. Bring forth that kingdom, prophesy, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Repent, turn back from your ways, seek out the Most High and seek out this wisdom and this understanding. And don't get caught up in the delusion in this society. Right? Hey, with that being said, I want to give all praises to the Howell by Hashem Shah by Hashem Kakadash. The ones to apostles of great Lord, so do well. Special salutations to the hopefully elect, elect our God, the house of David. And take confusion of faces scattered across the four corners of the globe. Shalom to the priests and others except from the shepherds of Berea camp. Shalom.